All right, welcome to the first podcast between Travis and Chris. I have no clue what I'm going to call this podcast. I'll figure something out later, but I mean, and just to clear up the any misconceptions about anything, main point is still going on. We just got to figure out when they can record. So Jermon and Kodak will be coming to you soon, so don't worry about it. This ain't nothing. This has nothing to do with them. This is something completely different, completely different format, all that good stuff. So, all right, so let's get into the first things. First things first, Chris, how you been, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Just teaching karate, living life, buying houses, hanging out.
All right, so I'm
one house.
I was about to say, how many houses?
I ain't doing it like that, man.
You're balling out here.
No, just buying a house.
So what's that process been like? Has it been daunting for you to get the house, and now, if I'm understanding correctly, aren't you doing like some renovations and all this?
Oh yeah. We getting the house wasn't a problem. It was one of our students at the dojo, so it kind of worked out for us. But
this dude, man, all this connections.
Hey, listen, got to connect. But the renos are rough. But again, I got one of the connections from the karate school, one of the dads, hooking it up. So we're done. We're moving in. So be in hopefully by the end of this weekend.
You'll be moved in by the end of the weekend.
I'll be in. Well, I have to be out of my other house by Thursday. So
you can be homeless on Friday, like
Nah. I got the house. You know what I mean? I just
You gonna be sitting at the crib, like you gonna be sleeping up here at the school.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, but but no, we got that. We got in the house, so we'll be good to go. Just getting the last.
And you just had a baby, what, like 6 months ago?
7 months ago.
7 months ago.
Today, my
his
daughter,
month anniversary. Her month anniversary.
My month anniversary. Yeah, I guess that's what you call it. Ladies, y'all be calling it that stuff. We just like.
Look, man, how old is your son though?
My son is 3.
So you got a 3-year-old, you got a 7-month-year-old, you got a wife, you got a new house, you're doing renovations to the house, and you got your karate school.
Yeah.
How are you sane, bro? Like, I can't imagine this. Like, I'm still the single dude living in the middle of the city, looking down like, hey, what's going on? Like, yo, what's popping tonight? You are like completely domesticated. Yeah. And I've known you for about
a long time,
20 years.
Yeah, buddy.
So, I've seen the change over. So I'm like,
man,
yo.
I get every once in a while I get to do things like the 31st of May, 1st and 2nd of June, I get to go to Daytona. So I go shout out with the Blitz Mayan Challenge, get to go down and see Raymond. I get down there for the weekend.
Bam.
But
what's going on right now?
The phones, man.
So look, man, this is straight up bootleg right now. Like, we just doing everything off the cuff because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But a lot of stuff. The format is more relaxed, more chill, man. We're not out here wilding out. We're not gonna be doing nothing crazy, but not gonna be as professional as we're gonna be. Look, man, we straight out we straight out the block, out popping the trunk. Yeah, man, we
make it work.
Yeah, man, this is
give it to you the way you want it.
Yeah, you gonna hear all kind of crazy stuff, man. Like every time I pull up, I try and make sure I don't get into altercation in your parking lot again. Yo,
dude trying to fight you.
Yeah, like that was insane. Like, yo, dude, you see me about to walk into a karate school with my bag, like you trying to start some stuff. Like, yo, man, I'm out here in the birds. I don't even know why y'all trying to test me about your little punk ass BMW, man. Now he's like, he thought I brushed his BMW, and I was like, fam, I will whoop the dog, and then Willie.
Listen. We're in Roswell, Georgia. Okay, this is very nice. This is very, very, very high class. I mean, we got AMGs and there's
right
all
next to
kinds of
Trader
stuff coming
Joe's.
out. Yeah, Trader Joe's.
I'm about to get in the fight right in front of Trader Joe's. I'm like,
who does that? PetSmart Trader Joe's.
You're right. 35 years old, about to beat the brakes off somebody, man, for no reason. Like, man, I don't want to do this, man.
But that's what happens.
Right, like, God.
So he pulls your card. I mean, what are you gonna do, man?
I mean, he literally. I got into the argument with the dude about it. I was like, man, I ain't touch your car, man. Get out my face. So I just kind of walked into the school. This fool put his groceries up. Like, He put his groceries up. Think about this dude, 40-year-old man, go put his groceries up, come back to the karate school, start peeking in like, yo, what's going on? And I told Willie, like, yo, Willie and Chris, they like, what? So I'm in the back, and they like, yo, dude, back out here, he looking in the karate school.
He was looking at the karate school like he wanted to come spar. So it was like, all right, I wanted to open the door and invite him in, but you know.
Right. So we walk outside. Willie just took it to a whole nother level because I think dude was actually, I think he wanted to act like he was strapped or something, man. Willie like, you ain't the only one. Hey man, it just went to a whole nother
adventure.
thing.
There's always an adventure with
so
us.
Yeah, people who watching this, y'all know Willie, so y'all know how Willie is. Willie's
what
fucking
time
stuff.
it is.
And so me and him standing out there, I'm just like, man, dude, over you thinking I brushed your car with my bag, like, man, it's just like, yeah.
Rush.
This is type of stuff that's gonna be, I mean, just it is what it is, bro, and just
talking about anything, sharing stories.
yeah, man, all that good stuff, bro.
Man.
So let's start off with the topic of the week, that is that kind of crushed some people's hearts and kind of made other people cheer, man.
Like, haters are cheering.
Yeah,
haters are cheering right now, man. Mike.
MVP, bro.
MVP. Hey, it's love, baby. We make adjustments and we get back to it. But listen.
Look, man.
Man, listen. I love you.
Look, he was winning. That's what tripped me out. He was controlling the fight.
Distance was nice. Got to the ground, active, and then clipped him, and then
man.
Mike,
it turns just like that.
But,
He stunned Lima, and y'all saw what happened. Yeah, like y'all saw what happened.
It was a kick, it was a swoop, and then immediate follow up. I mean,
you know what's crazy about it? I told you I watched it like 800 times, just watching it, rewind it, and originally I was like, oh, he got complacent. Everybody saw it. They put his hands on the hip. Everybody knows when we put our hands on, when we sparring around with the kids in school, we doing that. And the only thing you gonna do, you can't kick from that position. You ain't gonna come all the way back to a standing position. You're not gonna do that. So the only thing you can do is you're gonna either blitz, you know what I mean, or throw just like a little slap punch. And he was gonna blitz.
Shout out Marcel.
Yeah.
Shout out Marcel.
Yes. And so he did. He won. Now I'm messed up because you said that Marcel. Because all I see is Marcel right now.
It's what he did,
super far over.
Down.
Yeah.
I got you.
Popped him like.
They got kicked out from underneath him, and it wasn't a bounce up. That's
yeah.
He's so fast that he didn't like jump and get there. He tried a technical stand. He had his hand out, but that little clip and boy, chin tapper.
Yeah, well,
gotta be nothing real wild. You just click and unplug that cord to that brain and you go night night.
Because the thing is, like, I don't think has he ever been really hit. Has his chin ever been checked? I can't remember.
He's been hit, but from like the side of the head and the corner of the jaw, but
not directly on it.
Nah, that's. I mean, you can't really get tested in that kind of situation. You either got it or you don't. You stay up or you go to sleep. I mean.
Yeah, and the craziest thing, like I said, I watched it like 800 times, but the craziest thing, Lima moved first. Mm-hmm. It was before Mike even took off. He did the. Because the traditional,
it was a takeoff for a back leg round kick.
Exactly.
So he started a hip check to turn into it, and Mike was like, "Gotcha."
Yep.
And as soon as it caught off, the distancing was just slightly.
But the thing is, when you think about it, we're used to people trying to go waist up.
Yes.
So or even thigh up. Yeah. He's not going there, and that means that you're trying to close that gap in that time. My foot can go from here to here. That's just a bad. It was a bad move, not saying that he even thought that. He just reacted. I think he just kind of reacted.
Like he reacted off the hip shift from the round kick and was like, I got this.
You got
straight lines beat circles 9 times out of 10. Hello.
Not going straight to that leg, though. The calf.
What happened?
Yeah.
Wait, my feet were there.
Yeah, his leg went all the way fam. I was like.
It was like, my man did that sweep to some cats in point fighting. Mike be doing that sweep. So,
yeah.
There's some video clips of him doing that with the spin with the dragon tail.
Oh, but, the dragon tail?
Listen, Euro sweep game some nice. England's got some nice sweep game.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a couple. Like first time I went to Irish Open, I'm trying to think of who the junior was, It was a junior over there, and he was nice. He ended up becoming a lightweight and was super nice. He was probably like 16, and he just swept this kid. The kid went upside down. He punched the kid while he was upside down. I was like, yo, man, this kid is nice. And then next year he was like, I think he fought like up, and he fought in the adults. And he
NASCAR, step your game up.
Well, you know.
Make sweeps legal again.
It's
just
how about let's just start with just one body, one kick.
1 point body.
1 point body kicks. We can start there, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I hope I saw the post that he made.
Yes.
And it was like, all right. And then right after that post, I saw. You ever watched the dudes Filet? Like had the basketball.
Yeah.
And so they were doing it. He started making the snoring noise, like. I was like,
I see it.
I was like, oh, all right. I was like, because the week before, it was Raymond putting old buddy to sleep and getting on Sports Center. The Reese's Pieces thing had me.
I had to send that. That was a fan. Shout out to that fan that made that video.
Yeah, man.
That was dope.
That was hilarious. Like,
but Reese's.
Cause I saw cause Kevin was over there and he had posted on his IG that Raymond came out and he was walking around with the Reese's Piece. Is that like what?
Every fight? That's ever since I know Raymond. That's been like, if not his favorite, one of his favorite candies. Like there's, as he trains, or is he training for the Denver, the Francois Ambang fight, right?
Okay.
The whole time we were out there in California, he had a bag of Reese's, one of the big 5-pound joints of Reese's Pieces, and that was his motivator because he would not eat them. He kept them. He bought the bag and kept it as a motivator. Brought it with him after he hit my man with the side spin side with the kick, the James Brown split. Listen, that's my favorite thing. But that's what he ate on his interview afterwards. He sat there with a 5-pound bag of Reese's Pieces. It's not the first time. Like I'm telling you, Reese's, shout out, like sponsor, holler.
First off, that's kind of a bad addiction. You just like, yo man, I want these Reese's Pieces, bro. I'm gonna put them right there.
Listen, my man cuts weight by like cutting half of his French fry intake, and he drops like 12 pounds, bro. Like okay, I mean, he trains hard. Don't knock that. Like like my man be like, yo, I gotta lose 8 pounds. All right, no fries this week. 8 pounds for me is like, it's like I cut off part of my foot. Like, you losing 8 pounds with no French fries.
That's the skinny people that we
just
drop weight
like,
real quick, man. Like I haven't worked out in a year and a half, and I just started putting on weight. So now I'm like, I got to do something. I'm starting to get a little bit of a punch.
Listen,
got a little bit of
I look at food and gain 3 pounds. This is messed up stuff.
Nah,
I work out for a month to lose the food that I looked at.
Nah, bro, that joint be good though.
Yeah, but you're right. Raymond with the highlight reel knockout from the week before.
Yeah.
The super high on the karate. Everybody's like, yeah. To now the following week with Mike, now that's where all the haters get to shine.
Oh yeah, they loving it.
Oh, that's I told you that doesn't work.
You
get lucky here and there, whatever. But
the
really
thing was, because he was in control, he staggered Lima. He got him a little bit.
He didn't rush in like some people would to run into a big shot. So he was patient enough with it. Just didn't anticipate the leg kick versus something higher.
One move, man.
On that, But that's the MMA game. I fought it, and it happened to me on the same thing. I threw the round kick, but I threw it to the leg, and he grabbed and double-legged me and took me straight down to the ground. So, I mean, there's so many different facets and so many different things that you got to encounter that you kind of really just got to go with what you know and what you're good at. And I know when that back leg comes around, I'm going to take off with my hands. It doesn't really matter what happens. So you just takes you there.
Yeah, and you like that's one of the things I can't wrestle, man. Like I just
listen.
I will box quick. That's one thing I would love to do. Kickboxing, I'm good. I can't get the
wrestling
dude
is
sweat slamming on my face while he's
wrestling. The jiu-jitsu part about it's fun. The wrestling part is just sheer grit and determination, where we figure out, okay, clashing legs. Well, I'm going to cut an angle and not kick again.
Yeah.
Wrestler goes, I'm going to pick my leg up and I'm still going to do it, and I'm going to be better than you because I'm going to last longer than you. I'm going to do it stronger than you. I'm going to do it faster than you. I'm going to do it better than you, and I'm not going to change. their will is absolutely like unfathomable. Like you just can't stop that. Like
Yeah, that is the worst.
it's the
You know
grind.
who's like that? Who I hate? I used to hate sparring. Bernard. Like, dude, like no matter how hard I hit Bernard, he just kept walking forward. I'm like, yo, fam, back up. Now I'm just running around the karate school, hitting him in the spot. Pop. I'll be getting off, but he just, just keep coming forward. And like, yo, fam, how long before you just stop? Can I just get one shot to stop you? And he just, big South Carolina bred brother.
That's a big dude.
Yeah, man, like that. But that you know who's, yeah, because that's kind of takes me back to growing up. Like Skis Pop was like that. Skis Pops was just walk in, you're a junior. He just get you in that corner and just start wailing on you all day. And you're like, all right, man, I gotta get him up off me.
It's that kind of day.
Yeah, man. So then you get a little bit older, you stick him every now and then. He's like, that's a good one. And he waiting. Like, yeah, all right, fine. I got I'm smelling myself a little bit. But yeah, Bernard wasn't having it. He walking through. I'm like, yo, fam.
To this day, now.
Yeah, man. Like, nah.
Before I was still out there winning.
Yeah.
No
So
joke.
I was like, yo, all right. Dang, man. All right. So we got
MVP. We got RD. Got shout out to RD because
Yeah.
that's All Star Love. You know.
There we go.
family.
We can start throwing the
I just gotta say, you know, it's love. You know, that's family.
Yeah.
That's long time coming, man.
all stars.
It's just nice to see, you know, somebody so close to you doing such big things and not going, well, I remember when he used to beat me. And
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
no.
It's nice to see. So just shout out
Honestly,
to my squad. You know,
That's one of the things I loved about going to the Irish Open. It had nothing to do with.
nah.
It had to do with like if I'm
Team
in the
and team
ring.
when it comes to teams.
Yeah, but when
we
you
was
go,
there,
dog.
if you was standing there and he
The
was in
rest of
my
the
ring,
all stars are
we
standing
was-
behind
yeah.
me with
listen.
straight up or everybody full circle.
Paul
Everybody,
Mitchell, you guys-
everybody who's
was kinda-
American is cheering you on, even if you're not on their team. So it was like a completely. It was almost like
So it
a
was a
world,
world event. It's a
U.S.
world
versus
event, you know,
world, and it
'cause-
was interesting, like to see that.
When you're outnumbered by so many different countries and so many different people, you gotta find support within you. I always found that because they rallied against us to beat us as Americans. They always looked at the Americans as the number one, so they had to figure out ways to work, to improve, to gain backing, whether it was, you know, the Hungarians and the Italians and the English to get together and cheer and rile up against any one of us Americans. We ended up coming together as a country and as a group and really doing that. That was the one time, you know, like you said, in the Irish Opens, we went to Best Fighter a few times. We went to a bunch of different things. But anytime there were other Americans there, that was always cool to see that everybody got together and coached each other, cheered each other on, fought for points, argued and stuff. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, like if my people weren't around, then everybody else was making sure, like, yo, let's go. Because I remember the only time I fought MVP was at the Irish Open, and I did two divisions. I did, you know, the heavier division, and I did the division he was in, and me, him, and Ross were in that division. And this was the first time Ross had ever fought him and me. So Ross fought him first, and Ross, whenever he fights somebody for the first time, Ross will be overthinking things too much. Yeah. And so MVP just kind of just handled him. And every time he would hit Ross, he would look at Ray and be like talking, and then Ray was like, Ray be standing there like, he ain't me. He ain't me. Let's go, Ross. Let's go. And so then he beat Ross, and then the next fight he had was me. And so he had to fight me, and then Ray was like, you don't even got to me yet. You still got to go through Trav. And everybody else on the side, man, this was the first time I had ever fought somebody, and I legitimately can say their arms are longer than mine.
Man, that dude.
His arm, I was like, yo, the first 2 points he scored, I was like, yo, wait, you can't hit me from there. Like, yo, I know I can't touch you. I'm like, yo, you not faster than me. So I'm like, yo, how is this? I was like, all right.
That
so
man's wingspan is
yeah. So then after that, I just started. I was pot shotting him, pop.
Yeah.
Came back. We just got into a seesaw battle, and he ended up pulling it out by 2. And it's basically I spotted him 2 points. And so I always wanted to fight him again. I never got the chance to. And so then after that, he had to fight Ray. And he had to fight Ben Stewart he had to fight Ben.
I remember that.
Yeah, he had to fight Ben for first. And he beat Ben, and then after that he had to fight Ray.
Ray.
But yeah, that was I was like I always wanted to fight him again. But every time he came over here,
Was that in the open or was that weight class?
no, that was in weight
That was
class.
weight class?
That was in weight class. That was weight class. In the open, I don't know what the heck was going on with me. Like I swear that was like one of the ones. It was like I did 2 divisions yesterday, and then this day
That's the thing about
it was the
Ireland,
Euro
too.
tickle that got me in like
Oh,
my third fight, and I was just like, yo, fam.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, I fought Mike twice at Ireland. I fought him once my first year over there, like 06, and then I fought him again in like, I don't know, 2010. The video's up or something like that. Man,
That's what bothered me. My video, I can't find my video of that.
oh no.
They got the Ross fight, but they didn't. I cannot find.
Is that on the
Brandon?
Americans?
No,
it's
the
not
Brandonmans.
He might have switched over and turned to the next ring over.
So I was like, yo, fam, come on. But yeah, so I wanted to see that fight because at one point he ain't gonna drop me. He bowled over me.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
down. He
yeah.
got up on me. I was like, all right. So next one, I went and popped his butt, and he stumbled back, and I'm like, yeah, keep thinking shit.
Nah,
sweet.
that was my dude.
Like, yeah, but nah, he was real cool after, at the party and everything. Everything's cool. And that was one of the things that was funny to me because, like, one of the times my mom came and watched me fight in D.C., she was, because it was me and Java fought, and it was a super fight. And me and Java were blasting each other.
Yeah.
And after me and Java were sitting around talking, and my mom was like, how are you talking to him? I was like, this is what we do. Like we beat the crap out of each other. Then we go hang out. We sitting there drinking and talking and telling stories and doing the stupid stuff. But
Man,
yeah.
I thought you was going when you came over with that right hand. I thought you was
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah, man. It
Only
was all
sport where
kind
we
of
get to
crazy
punch
stuff.
our friends in the face and like think it's a good thing.
Yeah, because people ask me, I'm like, yo, karate people crazy.
It ain't.
And so when they stay, I'm like, no, they
No.
like think about it. A good time for us is to get and put pads on and punch and
kick
kick each other. Like, yo, and then like, yeah, this.
Really kick it. Like
Yeah.
we take time out of our lives away
Yes.
from our families to come and just punch and kick each other just for the fun
Literally
of it.
will drive hours
Yes.
to an event to go punch and kick somebody and have somebody kick and punch at us. That's
Yep.
insane.
And half the time you get there and you end up fighting with one of the dudes that you
Yeah.
train with on a regular basis. I mean, right now, hey, this is the way it is.
Well, let me ask you this. All right, we've gone to a lot of tournaments. At this point, when we go to local tournaments, is it just me or is it like the black belts don't fight?
Oh man, it got yeah.
Because especially I come down here a lot, and I go to a couple tournaments down
Yeah.
here, and everybody just pretty much starts bowing out, and I'm like, yo, fam, what
A
is
level,
going
A
on?
level fighters don't fight at regionals no more, man. They don't got to sharpen their skills. They only want to hunt for that title. They only want to hunt for that without trying to develop, that angle, that backside, that blitz that you were just working on because you were a kicker. They don't want to go and sharpen their skills against the lower level. It's not worth it for them,
I guess.
I don't understand that. Listen, when I was up and coming, buddy, for sponsorship, that was a quick $200-300.
Yeah.
Every other weekend, and sometimes you can find a Sunday, like in Florida, we don't hardly have a lot of Sunday tournaments, but every once in a while you can find one. You go to get a Georgia tournament and then a Florida tournament. You could do back tournaments. I do forms. I do weapons. Man, I did everything. I tried to make a couple $100 here and there, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they got it like that. Maybe. But here in Georgia, man, listen. There's all kinds of fighters, and we go to the local tournaments, and people don't show.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing to me. Like, but here's the thing:
grand winners are 30 and over divisions. Like, it's a 30 and over because there's no 18 to 29 guys there. Like, it baffles me. 30 and over fighters are good. I'm 30 and over fighter. We 30 and over fighters.
Yeah.
So nothing like that. But I would never thought the day where a 30 and over fighter would have one match in his division and then one match for a grand and then would like wax the 18 to 29 year old. Like
Kill
wax.
them,
like wax. Like, it made no sense. Shout out Hen. My man. But you know what I mean? Like I never understood that. Like where we got to that.
Well, I know, but what trips me out is the only time I would ever bow out to anybody is if we were in the final match at the Grands, and it was just people I literally are from my school. If it's me, Ski, Willie, and that's it, like, yo, fam, we do this all day. Bow out. Now, if it's somebody, I know the people from Chicago. I know the people from rest of parts of Michigan and Flint and Grand Rapids, and if they're there, we're fighting. Yeah. But and y'all not getting none of the money. It's only people from my school who I'm splitting with, or when I got on the team, my team. Other than that, you not getting you not nothing's happening at that point. So I've watched it lately.
Man,
it's kind of like it's
yeah,
kind of interesting.
yeah,
like
that scene is very interesting, and even I can only speak for my squad and my team. Unless there was like our fight and then another fight after that with somebody else, like it was hard. Like, you know, me and Jack had to fight, and the winner had to fight Zolt or some stuff like that. One of us would bow out, and the other one would move on. Or it was the finals. But most of the time in the finals, we fought.
Yeah,
like we fought anyway. Like team or no team, we tried to fight each other.
Honestly,
we wanted to win. Like I wanted to beat Jack. I love Jack, but I wanted to beat Jack. Robbie, same thing. Raymond, same thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever bowed out to anybody who's on my team. Now, from my school, yes. Team, no. Like, I don't think I've ever bowed out to anybody from JPM. I don't think I've ever bowed out to anybody from SCS or the one tournament I was at, TWISM. I was on the TWISM squad.
What was the white dude's name on that squad? The skinny dude, mean mugging, late hitting, lightweight kid. On Team TWISM. God bless America. I don't even know.
White kid?
White kid. It was the one white kid. It was the white kid.
I literally was on there for one tournament. Like, yo, man.
You would compete? Or you were in the NBL tournament?
I can't remember. Honestly, I know I was in LA or in California.
Yeah,
and
I know you was in Cali.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was compete or not. Yeah. I can't remember. Yeah. I don't think it was though, but it might. It was at the beginning of the year. It might have been competitive. Yeah.
He called it Wild Child. That was his name. Jack and Jamie or somebody will hit me up. I'm gonna hit him up.
Yeah, let me know about
this
that.
Kid, man, I was out there and compete one year. And this dude was trying to bomb on everybody, and then he found me.
What was your favorite tournament to go to?
Oh man. For what?
For what?
It depends, man. For the atmosphere, for the show, for the good time, Quebec City, man. You ever been to Quebec?
Yeah, man, but I never fought well at Quebec.
I didn't fight well either. I lost.
Never fought well at
I
Quebec.
lost to DeAndre from Paul Mitchell.
Yeah.
1 year. But like, you know, I never fought well there either.
I never fought well there.
As far as the time goes, like, as far as a NASCAR tournament or whatever, like that was they put the most into it. They put the most into the show. They put the competitors first. Like they really did a good job. Greenhall, when he took over New England Open, did a really good job. I liked him. I like him. I liked his tournament.
He don't like you no more.
Nah, I like you, Joe. You still my man, man. I'm just, but no. Who else had good tournaments here? I miss the Rolex Challenge. Charlie Lee's World Series of Martial Arts. I always wanted the diamond, so that was a big thing. I'm a Florida boy, so U.S. Open was a
you just gonna name
deal.
every?
Nah, man. yeah, kind of. And but I mean, different times though. I mean, you remember when the Atomics Challenge?
Yes.
When it was the 3 and the Battle of Atlanta. Was it Kentucky?
It was Kentucky.
Yeah. And U.S. Open. Like different times for different things.
You know which one I loved growing up as a kid? Cincinnati. Anthony Price had a national event. That party that he used to have afterward as a 14-year-old kid. Know what I'm talking about? Going through my mind, like, yeah. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go to the real talk. My sophomore year in high school, I had basketball tryouts that week. I either in the same weekend was Cincinnati, so I had to choose because if I went to basketball tryouts, I couldn't go to Cincinnati. I didn't go to basketball tryouts.
I didn't go.
And it wasn't because I wanted to fight. I was like, I wanted to go.
This tournament is a good time.
Yeah, man.
But Irish Open, hands down though.
Irish Open.
Man, you can get 35 fights in a weekend, man. You can't do that anywhere else. You can't do that anywhere. They let you, man. I fought. Well, my first year there, I fought 2 weight classes in continuous. I fought 2 weight classes in point. I fought open weight. I fought team fighting, and it was only like an invitational forms division only, and I did forms that weekend. Like, man, I had so many fights. I had like 14 fights in one of my continuous divisions alone. I got second place in the damn thing. But then I had like 13 or 14 fights to get in that division. And then I had to go to the other ring and go to the other division and then open weight. And then the next day, point fighting weights and then team fighting. And then, man, like that tournament is awesome. that party. Well, that party.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about that
good
party.
Time.
There's a story there. I'm gonna tell
There's always stories. Man, you know, different audiences get different stories.
Yeah, man. We got a reputation to maintain as far as you are as karate school owner and stand-up citizen of Roswell, Georgia. I'm not gonna tell these other kind of stories running around here, man.
But yes, there's good times at that tournament. Jorge Porez, Guatemala.
I've never been to Guatemala.
And Guatemala City is a blast. They got some hard fighters down there. They got some active, fast kids. That's where a lot of these new kids are coming from now. But they're good fighters, and they had a good time.
There's been an influx of Central and I guess it's technically South America,
Venezuela, Guatemala, Mexico. They're making a big push right now.
Yeah. And a lot of them have come to the States, and now I'm just looking like, I don't remember growing up y'all being active around here. Now all of a sudden, some of the better fighters out now are coming from that region, and it's like, wait a minute, because before it was just Americans, we dominate, it's whatever. Yeah, and then we taught the Europeans how to fight, and they came over and started fighting well, and it was like, okay, all right. And now all of a sudden,
Latin America, Central America, they coming out,
they popping
with
up.
Some fire,
Like, all right, so shout out to y'all. I see what y'all doing down there in Florida.
There were a couple of cats. Well, yeah, I mean that's Team Legend in them, the Venezuelans.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing real well. They relocated to Miami, and they're obviously they're out traveling and winning all kinds of stuff. I mean. They got a great tough squad. A lot of their guys, a lot of the Hispanics have been picked up by all the teams.
Mm-hmm.
What's the kid? The Letona brothers on Top 10 USA, Enrique and his little brother.
See,
man, that's the kids that win.
You told me about them.
Man,
you told me about them. I haven't watched them yet.
Dude, them kids are good, man. No hate, man. Them kids.
That's right. Because Mary Kick's coming up this weekend.
Yep.
And one of them is.
Enrique, that's the older one.
That's the one you were telling me.
The Waco division is 16 and older. He made it to the Final Four.
Are they doing that? Are they doing the set? Not set fights, but seeds or whatever. Are they doing it?
They're doing the challenge in the seeds for the Waco division.
Do you know who's in it? Oh, okay.
I
tried to find out. Right?
I know.
I did some show prep.
A little bit, not too much. But I know the women. That's mostly European women. There's a real nice Italian girl, Natasha Baldwin. Used to be Walker. She's dope.
What?
Natasha Baldwin. She's married to what's his name? They coach Waco Great Britain.
Okay. Because you said like Walker. I'm like, wait, what? What you do?
No.
What you do?
Man,
you got
Natasha
enough going on right now.
No, Natasha is nice. Full contact, light contact point. She's gonna be a force to be reckoned with in this thing. Katana's in it, so Katana's gonna be nice. Her preparation's been real well. Shout out to Key. She's doing a lot of hard work, keeping her mind in the game. Hopefully, studying some tapes, working on some things. But a lot of European
Coach Walker
girls.
over here.
Not me. I think the Kayla girl from Mexico. I don't want to be disrespectful if that's not where you're from, or Guatemala, whatever. The Hispanic girl, Kayla Mejia.
Look, fam, I'm so removed.
Bro,
sometimes
Like,
I pop in.
I be
like,
watching.
Let me watch
I just be watching.
and then I go away.
I'm trying to prep for battle, so I know some of these people when I go to watch. They're not that impressive. Everybody talk about you. I want to see what you do. Because there are some of them that I get names and I'm not super impressed, and there are some that I get names.
It's
and
always
I am
that
impressed.
way.
But
it's always that way.
It's the speed of the game now, the change of the course, the change of the calls. That's a big thing. But America should be interesting because it is Waco rules. I think some of those Europeans are going to sweep some of the Americans in those divisions to seed up and lead up into that final seed spot. I am going to be watching that as best I can, from the dojo on the iPad, sitting on the side, live video stream. Somebody, Sport Martial Arts, somebody hook that up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Sport Martial Arts will be there.
I'll
be like, yo,
I like them notifications, yo.
Hey, look.
Ring 8. I never know what is in ring 8, but I swipe.
Yeah,
see what's going on if it's 4.
Oh, so you still got the notification? I turned all my notifications off. Like, yo, fam,
no,
I got tired of that.
I gotta do it when it comes to tournament time. I turn them off when there's not an event coming up, and then I try to turn them on when there's something big. or you know, I talk to Kev or I talk to somebody and I know they're gonna go do something, so I just kind of keep up and keep my eye on it.
All right.
You know.
Well, you know,
You gotta kind of keep a watch.
I try to, but after a while, like some of them, like fam, some of y'all divisions be running so slow, and I'm just looking at people walk around the ring, and they got their butts in front of the camera and stuff, and I'm like, yo, fam, I don't want to see this. Like, yo,
side judges,
yeah,
you know, cameramen like set up at the table,
like in between the divisions, we just standing around like, yo, fam, what's the problem? Like, come on.
Centers, y'all need to motivate through this a little quicker.
Yeah, like we got I still understand why the software takes so long. Everybody's in there. Like just press. Yeah, you there. Let's go. Stop trying to manipulate. Oh no, I shouldn't be fighting this person because we basically from the same school. Like, fam, you from New Jersey. That person from New Mexico. Why are y'all talking about?
Hey, we both knew.
Yeah, right. Like that's not. No. That don't work that way, man. No, y'all fighting each other.
State.
Yeah,
State.
We basically trained together. Nah, fam. No. You drew who you drew. Fight.
You know, that goes back to that. For me, is if you're not from the same dojo, fight.
That's it. Like, yo,
unless it's you know, a sponsored, you know, you on a sponsored team. You got two people in the same sponsored team, which that has happened.
That's technically you are on the same team.
You are on the
same
team. So yeah, that
you
know,
from the same school.
They should automatically separate you from the same brackets. I mean but that's not hard. We used to do that with pen and paper real quick. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's not hard to code.
There's some. I don't know coding, but I'm gonna trust my man. I'm gonna trust my. Like you see,
I'm just saying it's not hard to code that part. Like, yo, fam, like I can do this a little bit quicker. Like, yo, whatever. But I already know it's gonna people. Why don't you throw something like? Look, fam, I don't feel like doing it. Like, honestly, I don't feel like doing it. Honestly, I did this 10 years ago. I have a program that I already did it 10 years ago, and I ran it at a tournament. I was like, all right, it worked. And then I just was like, I got to make it look pretty. I don't feel like doing all this. Like, yo, it's like straight gray background. Like, I don't feel like making it look pretty. I just, it works. It does this. I mean, I hope we're not about to go into that. But, like, you know, bam, I got, like, anyway. So, let's go to the next topic. I don't even know what topic. I think I had a topic. Well, we talked about MVP. We talked about Raymond. So, let's talk about Ross. Because Ross made the dude quit.
Body blow.
Dude, literally.
Body blow.
Dude, literally like, nah, I'm done. I'm good. Like, I was like, wait, what? Because the dude came out firing. He didn't look like he was bad.
Yeah, he was bad. He came out hard, looked strong, looked tough.
Yeah, it's like, all right. And then,
but when you can't breathe, bro, but you know what a reverse punch. You know what a good reverse punch do.
I was like, all right. Like, dude, fam.
He said, no mas.
I mean, they were literally in the, like, he just kind of put his hand up, like, no.
Nah, Ross is doing it right. He took the time. He dedicated himself. Like, I mean, obviously with his physical therapy and stuff, and he got on the right
nutrition. Like, yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He's doing it. He's doing it to the part where I'm looking at him like, I think he's going to be the one who gets a championship in kickboxing. Now, whether or not he goes... Because if he goes to Glory,
if he goes to K1 style, goes Glory style, or if he wants to go like the straight tie, you know, I mean.
And he said he's having a hard time. I did an interview with him a couple years ago. He said he had a hard time finding people who want to fight him.
It's buddy, listen, I will tell you from personal experience, it's hard. It is hard to find a fight. I had to go. I was in California for a while. And I couldn't find a 145 fight. They would see the records. They would see the karate videos. They would see the highlights, and they don't want that. They're like, that's awkward. I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
You know? So I had to end up going down to 135 to catch a fight. Now, listen, me at 135 look like Skeletor, bro. Like, you know, I look like Flavor Flav.
Drop down.
Like, man, listen, and it's like that. So I understand that from Ross, because Ross's karate background, he's got full contact background now, and trying to find him someone who's at that 2-3 fight streak, under 5 fights with Ross, that being, you know, that's the second fight, right?
It's the second fight, 2-0.
So he's 2-0. So, you know, finding somebody who's an up-and-comer, who's got that much hype behind him, who's got that much skill behind him, he's not going to find too many people who are going to want to bang with him. And they are going to find people who are going to do it, but they're going to be the 10, 12 fight people. They're going to be like what they did, how they had to do with Raymond when Raymond was in Glory. They're going to do the same thing. Raymond went from fighting guys who are, you know, good kickboxers, great solid kickboxers, but to get to that next level, to fight, to showcase a superstar, you got to give them somebody like a Bazooka Joe who's got 30 fights, 40 fights. You got to give them a Nikki Holskin who's got between amateur and professional,
80-some fights,
100 fights,
Yeah.
So what do that's your difference. The elite level kickboxers have been kickboxing for so long. When you have a rising star, they're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Ross, man.
Well, Bellator is doing it right.
Bellator kickboxing is
they're doing it right
job.
with Raymond because they're bringing him.
MMA,
they're bringing it for the MMA.
They
And
do the same thing with MVP.
Yeah.
You give your superstars, your potential superstars, you give them people who will make it challenging, but who can also showcase the superstar or expose the superstar in their own world.
Yep.
Then you slowly but surely give them a little bit
harder challenge,
like they did with Paul Daly.
Yep.
They built MVP up to Paul Daly. Now Paul Daly is mostly a striker, but he's been in the MMA game for so long. His record, he's seen so much. So he did that. He succeeded in that challenge. He went to the Grand Prix, moved on to the Grand Prix. He got Lima. If he would have gone through Lima, he would probably got Rory McDonald. So I mean, there's your experienced kickboxer. Then there goes into your wrestler. So they progressed that.
Yeah, they did it right.
I do think that now that this happened with Ray's thing, I think they might do another Ray thing, or they might set up that MVP Raymond fight. You think they might gonna set that up for some big money?
I think the MVP Ray fight, if they do it, should come next year. I don't think it should come this year, but I guess they're gonna try it. But at the same time, Ray's getting older, so they're gonna try and get him. They're gonna try and get it in as soon as possible.
They're gonna do an MMA.
Yeah, honestly, if they did it, they should do it kickboxing. But they won't because MMA is a bigger draw.
Money.
Yeah,
it's a bigger draw.
But if they did, they should do it. It'll be a more exciting fight if it was kickboxing. But I don't think they'll do it. Like,
who you got?
As it stands right now, man. What are we talking? We talking about kickboxing, or MMA?
Doesn't really matter.
Because they're gonna be standing up fighting anyway.
They standing in the pocket and letting it fly.
They
Somebody's
are.
Getting blitzed,
Honestly,
getting spin kicked. Somebody,
I think with it being the way it is, I have to go. Smart Money puts it on MVP just for the simple fact that I think MVP wants it more. Because there's a story. I don't know if they're talking about it, not yet, and it's going to come out whenever they set it up.
Oh, yes.
Is that MVP lost to Raymond in a fight, and that's what made him go to full contact. That he walked away from sport martial arts. It was in an article, and I read it, and I was like, huh. And then so now, that's what I'm saying.
Alex just posted it again.
Oh, he did?
We were there,
yeah. So that, and they're saying that. So I know that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna hype it because this is the man who forced him into this. Like, all right, so it's gonna be a draw.
And then the other side of it is the MVP copy.
The Raymond style, yes.
There's a big lead up into this.
Yeah, that's gonna be
big story.
And honestly, it's gonna draw people's eyes to Bellator. But the thing is, they need Ray to knock off 2 or 3 more people. I'll say 2 more people in trash.
I give him one. I give him one in MMA to karate versus karate. I give. I don't know anything, so I'm just taking guesses. I'd say something Raymond, another fight towards September, October, maybe even November, and then set something up for them during the summer.
Okay.
Depending on because Mike's not hurt. Mike might want to do one more and then meet there, or that might be his comeback. You never know. That might be what they promote to build his. I'm coming back to MMA. After this loss, I'm gonna step it up because I want this because of this is the man who did this, like you just said. So I mean, like I said, they got a lot of hype that they can build this on.
Very much hype.
Really good looks for us karate guys when that stuff happens. Obviously, you see Raymond doing it in his school, having St. Pierre in his school and doing all that. Paige is out there killing it. So, I mean, that'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. Either that or it'll be really boring.
I can't see it being boring at all.
I mean,
I can't. I would think they need to do a 24/7 with them type thing.
Them two clowns talking about each other. Oh, man, that'll be,
yeah, they need to do that.
We might need to try to holler at Raymond. I might have to shout out to Raymond on the 31st. Somebody mark this down. But I got a bad memory, but somebody write that down.
Hey, when they get closer, once it is announced, we can definitely try and pull that off. I mean, but Y'all gotta, you know, in order for that to happen, you know, you guys gonna have to, exactly.
Share
You share it, like,
it,
comment, subscribe, do all that good
that.
stuff, man. So then we can, you know, have our people on our platforms talking about our subjects. You know what I mean, and not talking crazy. But
Nah.
I haven't listened to some of the other, you know, podcasts about after the MVP loss, so I kind of.
No, I've seen a couple of comments on some of the things, you know.
Yeah.
But
I think somebody said he was flying through the air trying to punch somebody. What is that going to do? I was like,
what is that going to do? Jumping off the ground.
Did you not just see him stun him?
Like he did the same
10
exact
seconds?
blitz
Yeah.
right before. You know,
you don't know what that means?
It's, you know, yeah.
Like,
But that's again, ignorance. Whatever you don't know, you want to down immediately, and because it's not something that you know.
Well, I got another sport martial arts person I want to talk about.
Okay.
Because I just want to throw this out. Wonder Boy. Didn't he just get? He just took a loss. Took an L.
Yeah.
How much longer do you think he's got?
1 or 2 more.
If that is the case, does he pop up over at Bellator for the Raymond fight that never was?
At this point, Raymond would have that would be if they got Wonder Boy, it would have to be something either in place of the MVP fight. I think because where they're both at in age, where they're both at in their career, it would have to be something kind of soon for both of them. MVP's got obviously a lot longer time. He's a little younger, but so if they were going to do something like that, then that would have to be kind of soon. With Steven's slow decline off that peak where he was up at the double title shot and stuff, and then the last couple losses, he's on that decline. He might be on his way out to Bellator, but he's still a big draw. So USC needs money, so they might keep him. But,
they need a lot.
Mean,
they need a lot.
$1 billion in debt.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, man, they need a lot.
But yeah,
man.
no, I would have loved to see that Wonder Boy Raymond fight when it was supposed to happen back in the World Combat League.
Yeah. And first off, they botched the World Combat League. I'm just gonna come on and say it. They botched that. Like they tried to do too much too fast and then ran out of money. Like you got to build your audience. You gotta start a little bit smaller, like kind of what like Karate Combat's doing right now. They're following a much better setup. But back to that World Combat League, you kind of got to put people in the Miami team from Miami. You got to put people on New York team from New York. You got to build their brand. You got to have events where, you know, people can go to it and it's easily accessible to find tickets and do stuff like that. But I mean, if you can find that same setup, like what Karate Combat did, they're doing the YouTube, right? So they're on YouTube. They got it's on TV. It's on some obscure channel.
Access Fights. Or something
It's something like I just happened to. I was at my parents' house flipping through the cable and I saw it and I was like, and it freaked me out because I was watching it and I was like, yo, what is this? Is this Best of the Best?
Like what it is.
And I see those people in the back. I'm like, they all in suits and stuff. I'm like, yo, they betting heavy. I know it on these things. Like, yo, this is Best of the Best 2 in its finest, man. That's exactly what this is.
Oh, Baracus.
Yes,
Baracus.
What y'all know about Baracus, man? Like,
oh, y'all know about
that's exactly what that is, man.
God,
that's the mindset I have whenever I see Karate Combat. I'm like, all right.
Man, but I like Karate Combat. I would do that.
You would do it.
I would do it in a heartbeat. Man, I don't get it. Man, listen, I would fight Karate Combat in a heartbeat. Let me fight the dude that them dudes that at Kevin's weight class, the one that Kevin fought.
Yeah.
Fight the dude that Kevin fought. I'd fight him in a heartbeat.
Wait, why did he take that fight? Like, wasn't that like last minute?
It was the last minute because he was supposed to have another guy, so they needed another karate guy, and somebody contacted Kevin and told him, you know, you can get this, that, and the third. If you knock him out, you get this, that, and the third. You win, you get this, that, you know, and it's a good exposure. You know, for me, you got to train that, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Definitely
Like, I
put
don't
in that work for that. I mean,
like Kevin trains, but I don't. I didn't.
Full contact karate is a different kind of training than what we do at Point.
Yeah,
it's a different element. The speed is definitely much slower. The pace is definitely a lot higher because there is no stop. There's no go, stop, go, stop. You know, that kind of the fighting is.
That was the thing I was the most impressed about with Ray's fight. He composed himself a lot better in this fight, and I was like, yo, I was like, all right, he gonna put some work in on this boy. Maybe because it's like the 5 minutes.
got a 5-minute round, man. It's not 3 minutes.
Yeah, so he didn't go crazy with this. I was impressed by that. I was really happy with that because I thought that was his biggest downfall against Nicky. It wasn't like the leg kicks like everybody said. To me, it was his pacing of that, and then he was stationary.
Getting cut. That was Nicky doing I think more than Raymond, something that Raymond lacked. I think that was more of Nicky pushing that pace and cutting off the ring to walk him into the ropes and walk him to the corner. Because I mean, you're in a square ring is much different than being in a big circle cage as well. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So you do get cut off, you do get trapped in the ropes, and with our style of movement, you find the right way to cut off, and again, somebody with 80-something fights, that's what you're gonna.
Yeah, he had that experience.
You're gonna get that.
He lost recently, like last year, right?
Oh yeah, he's lost a couple times since he left the Glory.
Mm.
He's done Thai fights and stuff. Yeah. But that's how it goes when they're kind of out of the limelight. You kind of forget watching them.
Yeah, when it's not one of us. I haven't been watching Glory in a while.
No, I haven't watched Glory in quite a while.
Yeah.
They kind of left a lot of America. To the Europe. They're back in sticking to Europe. They were the European organization to begin with, falling off the defunct K1 organization, or not really defunct, but
Yeah, they're not still running, are they?
I don't. I think they do the K1 Dynamite or the K1 Max, the little guys still. I know they don't do that. I know they don't do like the K1 Grand Prix like what Overeem won quite a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
They don't do that the big Grand Prix anymore. Ever since their little bout with the Yakuza, them and Pride. Are you looking at me crazy?
Yeah.
Nah. Organizations, different countries, corruption, I don't know. But, when it gets found out, people usually frown upon it, not like here in America where, corruption kind of gets, ooh.
What you trying to say?
Made money.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say? You trying to say somebody corrupt in power right now?
I didn't say nothing about it. Any
trying to
corruption
say?
in any kind of power. I'm
What are
just
you
saying,
trying to say?
here in America, corruption isn't always looked at as bad as it is.
Did I hear you just say you taking shots at NASCAR? What are you talking about?
I'm not taking shots. I ain't taking shots at nobody. I'm just saying.
What are you saying? You taking shots at the NBL? What is happening right now, Chris? What are you doing?
Jeff Doss, I love you, bro, but is NBL still going? Dude, man, they should have did that for you like years ago.
Yeah,
like,
Jeff is
they would have stepped up. They would.
Did he buy it?
Still be, no,
Did he officially buy it yet? Like, I heard they're trying.
I thought they were trying to sell it to him, but I know they just named. I know he's president.
Yeah, I know they named him president.
He's in charge of everything in the operations. Like I said, he's doing organizational things. He's doing really good things. He's starting to bring back, a little bit of that prestige. But
a lot of people don't want to work with Boyce. So until Boyce is gone, I think a lot of people.
Most people don't want to work with Boyce. The people who are still there just suck it up, I think.
Yeah.
Loyalty, pride, honor, whatever it is. But that's just his own thing. I've never really had very great experiences in that. Not at NBL. I like NBL. I used to love NBL tournaments. I like their format. I like the fighting. Their fighting rules were so
I hated the nighttime finals. Fam, I don't want to see the 12-year-old first place division for girls traditional forms, and then you come back with the 12-year-old boys traditional. I hated that format. We'd be there for 4 hours.
Man, that was a long time night show.
I used to hate the nights. I'm like, man, why are we here? Like, I don't.
It's like 1 in the morning.
Yeah,
like good morning, judges.
I already hate nighttime finals. I don't want to be there for 4 hours for the nighttime finals.
You don't like nighttime finals?
I can't stand nighttime finals, man. We've been sitting there for 2 days watching karate. Why do I need, fam? I don't need to see everybody in lights and get dressed up in suits. I just lost. If I just lost, I don't want to go and sit there in the crowd and watch somebody else win. Screw that. If I'm fighting, I just want to get it over with because I'm on the road. I'm winning. I'm done. I can go. I've been to almost every major city in America, and I have never been to any major city in America. I just seen the hotel and the airport.
one restaurant that was close to across the street.
Exactly.
And
And if
usually
we
a
lucky,
chain.
I can get in still one club at that night. Like I've been, you know how many times? Yeah, but I was lucky. Lucky.
You know, nighttime finals don't be getting out until like 11:30, 12
Yes.
o'clock.
And then you know what happens? Everybody sitting at that doggone bar at the hotel bar telling more karate stories.
Talking about when you want to go out, but then you bring up a karate story.
They sitting there like, oh, man, can you just go get dressed real quick? I know you just, can you just go get dressed? Can you get dressed?
Right now.
Thank you. Let's
5
go.
minutes.
Let's go. Then you finally like upstairs.
Shout out to the party bus in Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, good old Atlanta.
Hey, man, that's why I like Quebec, too. You can go out in Quebec. Like, you get all
You
kinds
can.
of different stuff. Like, it's
You
not
can.
typical everything American.
I have gotten some people miss their flights because of. But have left their passports in.
Oh, Lord. Forgot it in the bar.
Yeah, man, that was that. Yeah, that. I mean, yeah, that was cool. Quebec was. I just hated. I can't fully enjoy Quebec because I never actually fought well at Quebec.
Fair enough.
Like that, so I just can't. Like, oh, man, that's just.
You got a
It's
tournament
just
you
never
fought
fought
good at?
well. Quebec.
Quebec, is
That's the
one
tournament
you
I've never fought well at. I always fought poorly at. Like there's the tournament that I fought the best at that didn't win. I'll say is U.S. Open.
Yeah.
That's the one that I felt a couple years that I should have won the U.S. Open. I felt like I was the best fighter there. I felt I was fighting the best, and then I had a brain fart, and I would lose. And I think one of the years I lost to Ray Mendoza, and I think the other year I think I may have lost to Alex Lane, and so I'm like, yo, I'm mad that I lost, and I'm just like, all right, like yo, but I felt like I was on a roll. I was winning. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is about to, bam, like. What are you doing? I think like when I lost to Ray, he was like at the last second. Literally, he just flicked his leg out, and it just went right up under my elbow, and was like, and it was like he won by one. I was just like, yo, what? Like, what just happened? Like, yo, I'm like, all right, man. Like that just messed me up, man. That made me mad. Yeah. Why we got to bring this up? Like,
what tournament you didn't do well at? You brought up the one you brought like you did it good. And you bringing up bad memories.
Yeah, because that's the what exactly. I'm like, man, dang, I can't believe I lost this tournament. Like, yo, that's one of the ones. That's one of the tournaments that I wanted to win the most. It was the Diamonds, U.S. Open, and Super Grands.
Now, you divisions or overalls?
Division doesn't matter to me. Like I'm one of the people like division. I don't care about the division. As long as I win I expect to win the division. It's the overall. Growing up, like if you didn't win the overall, you lost. Like that's it. That's how I was trained. That's how I was taught. Like yo, so for me, it doesn't matter unless I won the grand. So like that is.
You're not the one winner.
Yeah,
there's only one winner.
Yeah, there's only one winner. So when you had
used to be only one winner.
Yeah. Now it's two.
It's two winners.
It's two winners now.
It's two winners.
And before that, NBL had only division winners.
Lightweight grands, middleweight grands, and heavyweight grands.
Yeah. So I won, won those, but it's the overall grand. Even if you won one of those others, the lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, it's the overall grand that matters to me and my lineage I came up. So if I didn't win that, it's
I
like
get it. Trust me, I get it.
I lost. I'm like so if I come back, people are like, yo, so how'd you do? I lost. I won my fight, won my grand, but I lost in overalls. Oh, she did well.
So you did well.
No,
I lost.
Still lost. That's it. Like that's it.
Well, who'd you lose to?
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah.
Like
no big deal. No,
that is a big deal.
That's a big deal.
No.
There's a W and there's an L.
Yeah, like that.
I got the L.
Yeah.
Not happy with the L.
Not at all. Like, yo, so
24 hours to celebrate. 24. Now you get more than 24 hours to be mad at yourself.
Oh man, no, I didn't even get 24 hours to be mad at myself. When I think I lost to Ray in Quebec. I came back that morning. When I came back, I had to go run 5 miles. Like, that was just it. Like, yo, you just lost. You better run, boy. I'm like, just got to go run. Like, yo. And I hate running, so that was my punishment. Anytime I lost, I had to run. I had to run. Had to run. Right that day when you got back, you gotta run, even if it's snowing. I had to run.
Running in the snow is the worst.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
That's the worst.
Only time I didn't do it was when it was a blizzard. I ran. I was like, I tried it though. So you know what I thought about? Rocky IV. I was like, I'm gonna run. I'm run, man. I saw a car like go like. I said, all right, I'm going back.
Good, I'm good.
I got probably like a block and a half, and I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't be out here.
Can't breathe, the air is so thin.
Yeah, let me go back.
Freaking
Let me go. It's actually burning in my chest. I'll wait.
Yeah,
I'll be all right.
I'm gonna sit inside and jump rope for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
And now I turn on insanity. That's my trick.
Yo.
That's why I just get in shape, do insanity. Your breath, yo.
That insanity is fire though.
Yeah, that was it.
The new one is good too.
Which one?
The 2.0, the insanity, the next level.
Max, Insanity Max.
Max.
Yeah. I got that. I got that DVD. I got that.
I don't got the DVD.
I have in my possession.
He said, I got one.
I got it in my possession, all right? And it's not a DVD. It's just digital. I got all of that. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of them. I got P90X, what y'all need. I got P90X, P90X2, P90X3. I got all of them.
All y'all just make sure you don't do the Kempo X.
Yo, you just like me. If I did the P90X, I would straight up skip that day. Like, yo, fam, I would do my own train.
I would do karate. Like, I would just
keep doing that.
Yo, I like the ab ripper though. I like the ab joint. That was good.
Yeah, the ab ripper. Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
I do some of those.
But Kempo X, I'm not doing that, man. Like, no. Like, what do you? Yeah. Like, and then come down like this. I'm like, yo, fam.
That's like Billy though with the.
Tybo.
Oh, you know it.
Like, look.
Hey,
man made his money and ran up out of there.
Regular cardio class was
done.
Like,
I'm gonna throw it in those people. If you're watching this and you don't do karate, you just do Taibo, you can't fight.
You know? Not at all. Please
don't do that. Yeah, no. Doing the little hold on. No.
Sunfist ain't gonna do it for you right now. Somebody gonna punch you right in your tummy.
Yeah. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah, I know. Listen, but I know a couple of y'all kickboxers be out there. We hit bags.
Yeah, please stop telling. I need to come up with a different name. I'm going to kickboxing class.
I'm going to kickboxing. I heart kickboxing.
Oh,
I love the classes. I love the concept. But man, please don't call that kickboxing.
No.
Call that like cardio kickboxing. At least call it cardio kickboxing.
You're not getting hit back.
Yeah,
you're not doing kickboxing.
I mean, we got Europeans calling point fighting, calling that kickboxing.
Yeah,
that's called kickboxing.
Yeah,
and then like when I grew up, kickboxing was full contact. Like it's boxing. With kicks. Like, I'm gonna knock you out. American style was above the belt. International style was with the legs. You know what I mean? Like that's what it was. Yeah, full contact karate, which them dudes, that back in the day. Joe Louis.
Yep.
Thriller in Manila, opening fight, baby. Karate.
Is Superfoot doing a seminar at the Battle of Atlanta again?
Probably. But listen, the way these kids kicking now, y'all need to go to a Bill Wallace seminar, man.
That's facts. That's
big facts, man. Some of y'all need to, man, listen, somebody need to come out with like a real kick seminar again.
Yeah. Well, people don't kick now. Like, you guys, what's
Zolt kicked. Zolt's gone. God love the man. I love Zolt. Miss you, man. Roman kicked.
Brian.
But Roman. Brian.
Yeah, he kicks.
The dude Enrique kicks.
The kid from South Carolina on top 10 team.
Spence.
Yeah. I can't remember which. I don't know.
Blake,
B is before T, so Blake.
I
think that's it.
Blake Spence too. Super lightweight kid.
Yeah,
he's nice.
I like him.
He was
he was in the thing I had. He fought. And some learning about him and
his family.
Yeah.
They come. Apparently, they come over here and work out with Josh and them to get some training in. I talked
those kids are lifers. Those are the kids that I look at and like, okay, that's part of the next generation.
Yeah,
because they are dedicated, 100% part of it. And it's just like, yo, all right, that's that Willie Jack type. When I look at them, it's just definitely. They're just in it. This is who they are. There's nothing else about it. Like,
kids
this is
who
they
too.
are. Yeah.
Kids got talent too.
Yeah, he was the one out of all that.
Come holler at me, man. I'm right here in Atlanta with Josh. You know, I know Devin and them told you to come see me. Come hang out. Do a spar. I'm not mean.
Yeah, because I went and did the grind time over there with them. Yeah. And watched it and just getting to know them, and I was kind of like, all right, I'm kind of impressed by this one. Yeah. Yep. So when he got up, when he came up, I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch him. Like, all right, yep.
Yeah, but they're not the same kind of kickers. I mean, we talk about, you know, the greatest kickers and all that.
Yeah, nobody's Pedro. Not a Jason.
Not even close.
Not a Trevor.
Not Jason. Not Trevor. Trevor with that size.
Yeah, Trevor was.
See, it's disadvantage.
No,
for
you
me.
know,
I'm little, bro. You got. I'm little. That leg is long. That's a different beast.
Yeah. Alex Preston.
Preston got man.
Man, Preston. Yeah.
Preston coming up as a kid.
Justin.
Preston is a.
Why do I know all these Florida people?
Justin's technically not Florida.
That's right. Yeah, technically, he's from New York, right? Boston. He's up there. Well,
Boston.
All right. Yeah, New England.
Yeah. No, Justin kicks, but I like to see. It's nice to see Justin back around.
Mm-hmm.
Justin's here in Atlanta too.
Yeah, you just told me that. I'm out there holler at Justin.
Man, we got.
It's a lot here, man. It's a lot here.
Is popping.
Yeah, it's a lot down here.
Between everybody, we got.
It's a lot.
MBS and them down there. Marcel Lazenby and his crew.
Yep.
TDE, Josh and them's crew. You, me, Kevin.
Can't even forget the OG.
Nah. Who?
T.Y.
Oh, listen,
Yeah.
that's legend. that ain't no OG. That's legend right there.
Legend.
That's personal favorite fighter.
Yeah.
Personal favorite fighter. Like,
I think that's every little guy's personal favorite fighter.
Yeah, I know a lot of little guys. The newer guys, they look up to like Robbie.
Well, I would. Yes.
I don't look up to him, but I look up to Robbie.
Take
too.
shots at your own teammate. All right,
all shots all day. I see you soon, Black Rob. But yeah, no.
Wait, I want to ask you, what's your nickname on the squad?
I'm just Seawalk. As always, Seawalking it out. We had a couple other things, but
you're not gonna say them. All right.
We keep family things to each
All
other.
right. I think everybody got nicknames on that squad. You got Iceman, you got Black Rob, you Seawalk, and you got K Swift. What about Leon?
LJ, just we call him LJ.
Okay.
Leon.
Like,
Looking at that, Leon.
Hey, Leon.
Leon. It's not above the rim. You is not a temptation right now. This is not Leon. You know what I'm saying? That's LJ. That's the film. But I had to go that way.
All right. No.
Ain't nobody do it like David Ruffin. Come on, man.
Oh,
this is a different show.
Yes, it's definitely 100% different show, man. It's a different type of show. We're gonna be doing this weekly, so make sure you guys tune in every week. We're gonna be doing this. The podcast gonna come out on Tuesdays. The video probably come out. I'm gonna try and get it out on Tuesday. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but
man.
Man. We're gonna be doing this every week. With that note, what time we in this, man? Oh, we at an hour. So for right now, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, this was great. I like having this kind of stuff. We're going to definitely jot down some ideas, make sure we're ready to go as we move forward, and probably not.
It's not going to happen. But we go next week. We're going to talk about the mirror kick. We're going to talk about who won. I got to make sure
video recap.
You know what? I got to figure out how to know who's actually fighting. Like, I got to figure that out. Like, so if I'm watching online and some people walk up and they just got a uniform on, I'm just like, I'm like, I don't know who this is. Oh, he's nice. Who was the kid I was watching? What was the last tournament just happened? Was it Ocean State?
Quebec.
Was it Quebec?
Quebec just happened. Ocean State was right before that.
Well, okay. Because Bailey lost to the kid from KTOC. And I didn't know who this kid was.
Tyreek?
Yeah. I didn't know who he was. Like, I was just like, yo, he's nice.
Tyreek nice.
Tyreek nice.
Yo, they working hard over there. That's Keith McKinley and them.
He's Philly?
I think he's Philly. I want to say he's Philly. I don't want to like I said. I don't mean.
Because I know because I asked my uncle and he said
for a while.
Asked my uncle and he was like, yeah, they fought a lot. And I was like, yeah, he just smoked. He just smoked Bailey twice. Like it wasn't close. I was like, all right, this is nice. I always like seeing people who have a lot of success get challenged.
Yes.
And I want to see how you respond.
Well, that's
to that
what makes
challenge.
You a champion.
Exactly.
You know, if you just win and walk out, like
then it's like, all right, it's boring. Like, yeah, all right.
I like seeing that. But Bailey's been challenged quite a few times lately. Blake gave him a run for his money a couple times. Tyreek is killing it. But it's all in adjustments, and you know.
Yep, exactly.
It all comes from adjustments.
Yep.
Whether you adjust to your leg or their leg, or if you're feeling like you're in the mud, what can you do? Where's your plant? Where's your step? Where's your whatever? But
what are the judges calling? Like, I didn't hit this person 3 times.
Man,
and what side the judges are on? Like, now 2 judges on this side.
He woke back up the monster. Now listen. you goddamn young kids, excuse my language, you young cats, y'all really got to start listening to this.
Yeah.
You have to understand where the 2 judges are, where the 3 judges are, where's your back, where's this. Y'all can't just be running across the ring, go, go. And some of y'all coaches, I just be hearing y'all, go, lift up your leg, go,
Or
side
think
kick,
that
side kick.
Move, fake, move,
Like-
and you do the same. All right, I'm going to give y'all something free. Do not do 2 fakes and then blitz on the 3rd time. That is like the most simple thing that people do. Like, like your fam. Like, y'all, like that.
1, 2,
that's too easy to
steps
pick
on.
up on. Yeah. All right,
but
1,
yeah.
2, and I'm ready for you. Like, no.
And now y'all be doing that fadeaway little back fist thing.
They starting to do that now? They
Bro,
going back to that?
going back to
they-
that.
All right.
They're not jumping away, fading away on the side.
I was about to say that.
No. Justin do that.
Justin does that.
And he
Yeah.
does that and he jumps and spins
Yep,
off that.
yep.
But Justin throwback to 1997. But nah.
Well, his
Nah,
leg, he kicks.
he
So,
kicks.
yes, he is back to 1997. Like, yo, bang.
What a nice leg.
Yes,
What a
he
nice
does.
leg.
Yeah.
There's some other cats that got nice legs. They just don't, like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Maybe it's because it's the way the points get called now. Maybe it's because of the speed and the change and that, that it's a blitzer's moment now.
Yeah.
Karate comes in circles. Sometimes it's the faster one. Sometimes it's the harder hitter. We do need to get back to actually.
The 90s was definitely a kicker's
90s
era.
Definitely
a kicker's area.
You just
Yeah.
went down the list earlier with the legs, and none of them were anywhere other than Pedro.
I mean, Pedro, Preston,
Yeah.
the Bradys. Let me think who else off the top of my head who was a kicker. I mean, of course you got
Trevor, Jason, and those guys, but there were a lot of kickers, but there were a lot of dudes like lightweight dudes like Russ Taylor had a nice leg.
Yep.
I
Russ.
liked
That's a
Russ.
name. That's a name coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked Russ. Russ was a good fight, man. We had a lot of fights my first couple of years. He was still CJB.
Mm-hmm.
Josh got a good leg. Josh Horwich had a good leg in the late 90s.
Had?
Has. No.
Josh, he taking
has.
shots at you, Josh.
I'm not
He taking shots
Listen,
at you.
last time we fought, Josh slapped me, so I ain't taking shots at nobody. Like Josh still got a leg.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's people kick now. It's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
It's
not
not dynamic kicking. They're
No.
kicking.
They're not kicking to score. They're kicking to get
Close
close
it,
enough
yep.
and hoping they hit somebody, or hoping that somebody tries to step in on the challenge. The couple of the kids that you see kicking, Blake's, Enrique's, those kids, they look like they have a purpose behind what they're doing. They're understanding that cutoff and that round kick. They're understanding which side of the body, open close stance, which way to throw that kick, and how to capitalize on that. So it's funny because we talk about the future of the sport, but we got a lot of talent. We just gotta take the time to nurture some of it a little bit more. Some of you bigger teams gotta pick up some junior kids and like put them under your wing, but then you gotta get the junior kids and you gotta deal with the junior parents, and then you gotta try.
Well, see,
hopefully
that's
they're gonna
where
stay loyal,
I cut out everything. To me, I always looked at developing talent. I don't see any teams really developing talent. They
No,
just
they
kind of
pick
just
up
pick
who's
up whoever
better.
won at first place at one event. Now here's a uniform, and they expect that person to be there. Like they expect them. I'm like, I really want to see somebody develop some talent and bring them up. And
the only
and come
people
on.
that you're seeing are doing that are like family squads.
yeah.
You know what I mean? A close knit group of guys. You got, like I said, you got Team Legend out there doing it.
Next level.
Next level has been doing it.
Yeah.
Jesse Ray,
Shout out Jesse.
Jesse Ray.
Make sure y'all watch my interview with Jesse. I just put actually I think I uploaded it today. I didn't put the whole.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. It's a long interview. So.
That's gonna be good. I'm gonna have the guy. You know, watch that.
Man.
Jay Ray.
Yeah, he got some stuff for Jotty.
For Jotty? Or
He got some. Yeah, gotta. I'm gonna let y'all watch that, man. Like, yeah. So, Anyway, but see y'all next week, man. I don't know how to close this out. I don't know what name of this thing's gonna be. It's just
we gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
gonna
Travis
make it
and Chris and Travis, whatever, man. CT. I don't know. Maybe we should call it CTE. Because Chris and Travis experience, but we got concussions and stuff like that. Because we ain't right in the head. Maybe that's just off the top of my head right now, people.
Yeah.
Just coming up with names. Yeah,
Drop fire.
yeah, right. I guess people gonna be offended. I said CTE. Anyway, in this day and age,
People
everybody
gonna be offended by anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
To close out on that before we leave, though.
Yeah.
I never understood, and I've seen this as the meme, and it really hits home. How is the generation that grew up on The Simpsons, Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy, Family Guy, and South Park offended by so much?
Honestly,
sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you, right? You do notice this.
Yeah, they changed that. They said words do hurt.
Oh my
words
God.
Hurt.
Cut like a knife.
Yeah, that changed. That changed, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you with that. Like,
yeah, people. I know. I offend people, so it is what it is. But
that's why I picked you up on this cat.
I know. We keeping it mild mannered a little bit here today too.
Yeah, well, that's.
People get offended. That's you know what happens when you get offended? Nothing. You pick up your ideas and you walk away and you have a great rest of your day. But
Yeah, people. I know that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if the people who honestly, I just think it's social media. Well, honestly, I can't think of any other reason why besides the fact that I can say whatever I want and shame you for whatever you said, and then won't let you make amends for it. Like you make amends for it, and then 3 years later, like, yo, you said
remember
this
when you said that
5 years ago. So guess what? You're still you're canceled. Like, wait, I can't make a mistake and then correct it, and now I gotta be stuck.
I apologize for the mistake. I try to do things to better the mistake, like I donated to charity.
Yeah, but you still did this.
Said it. People want people to be punished forever, and like, yo, fam, all right, you make a mistake,
but then they want forgiveness for themselves.
No, right. Well, that's a selfish way of life. I mean, you look at Robert Downey Jr. Amazing actor.
Yeah.
Came from what? Problems, issues.
A whole lot of problems.
Having to go to rehab and sobriety, and you're trying to tell me that because he made that mistake, he shouldn't have ever had that opportunity to play the role of Iron Man and do all the things that he's doing now.
And guess what? You would have deprived everybody of Infinity War and all these other Marvel Cinematic Universes because of your selfishness.
That's what kind of people y'all are. Don't do that.
Let people redeem themselves.
Yeah, we all make mistakes.
Because this is preemptive. I'm just letting you know this. This is preemptive. We're getting in front of it. Like, yo, we made a mistake on saying that. All right, but you know what?
A couple mistakes in life. We're sorry about it. We're trying to move on. Make amends, be better, and grow.
Yeah, man. So
that's life.
Yeah. All right, man. Let me get out of here, man. I need to get something to eat. What time is it? It's late enough. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's time to go. Yeah, your wife's gonna kill you for being out this late while she's trying to put the babies to bed.
I got some buffalo chicken sliders when I get home. Hopefully she didn't put them in the refrigerator. They're
probably
the micro.
Cold right now. They're gonna be hard bread trying to reheat it. Gonna have to use the oven and reheat it and take another 30 minutes.
30 minutes to heat up. 30 minutes.
She get some cold fries to go with it. Like you gonna have some.
Man, get like Wendy's on the way home. Get out of here with that 4 for $4. $5 big bag. Right. I'm balling a little bit.
Like I got to sign up today. Like I can afford the extra $1.
Two sign-ups.
All right, man. We'll talk to y'all next week, man.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Have fun.